So, I suppose in terms of my channel, I shouldn't be surprised at the ultimate decision you came to. 'Cause we met a charming-looking prosecutor who dressed very glamorously. So it's only natural that the regular viewers of my channel would say that we want to trust Ox the most. That being said, the point about prosecutor likely being a trustworthy person to side with is a good one. So let's go with Ox. I had woken up with Ox and I felt we had worked pretty well together so far. I didn't see any reason not to work with him. As a matter of fact, I will work with you, God. Oh, God. Okay then, glad to hear it. Sorry about that. If I might ask, why did you ask me to investigate with you? Well, you seemed rather competent early on. You also seemed the most grounded of everyone else here, which is a shockingly low bar to clear. Uh, thanks, I guess. So Mouse is gonna work with Ox? Great. Now we can quit talking about searching and just... Now can we quit talking about searching and just start searching? Yeah, let's do that. The rest of us can just split up and look around. Want everybody, remember to input your moves and reconvene here before the round ends. Got it. That we all spread out and began our search. Ox and I made our way to the library, which wasn't that far from the cafeteria. So, Ox, why did you want to search the library? There were a few reasons. For one, I'd prefer not to stray too far from the cafeteria for now. For another, from what I saw of the library, it seemed a rather large room, so searching it early might be useful. More importantly, libraries are often symbolic of information of learning. It's unclear how much thought the Jade Emperor has put into all of this, but it's possible that he's put something special here. It'd be fine if that were a trinket, but I'd be even more interested if he left us some useful information. Wow, that's a lot of thought for just the first place to search. A fair point, I'd try. Do you actually think Brian would leave special info in the library, though? Seems like a bit of a stretch. It is indeed a stretch. But there's no harm in checking it out anyways. After all, we'll have to search everywhere eventually, no? Indeed. Guess we should just start looking through here then, huh? Let's. And just like that, we began to search the library for anything out of place. Ox was right when he identified this place as a rather large room. There's even a separate room connected to the library which stored even more books. With a lot of ground to cover, we began looking through the rooms for anything out of the ordinary. Ox was very no-nonsense. He didn't speak at all. That was fine with me. Even if the silence was a little creepy, it was important to focus on the search. After a while, I noticed one of the library's computers was locked. Normally, I'd write the whole thing off. Why was this one computer not shut down like the rest? Hey Mouse, I think I've found something. Would you come look at this with me? Well, let's look. I walked over to Ox. So what is it? This book didn't follow the proper Dewey Decimal System. You noticed that? I was looking for something like that. Anyways, I opened it and I found this. Ox held up a small black disc. What's that? I'm not sure. When I first saw it, I thought it'd be an item. But there doesn't appear to be an input code on it, which the Jade Emperor mentioned items have. That's a bummer. So where exactly was this? The book actually had the center of its pages cut out, turning it into a makeshift hidey hole. That's kinda neat. Kind of cliché. I've seen something like that in a number of cases at this point. Brian wasn't really original in his hiding spots, was he? That's really what you're gonna nitpick in all this? Anyways, there was also a weird message written in red inside the compartment. It read, "I have stolen blood from my kin." Ew. Weird. Weird indeed. Any idea what that could mean? I was telling you about it hoping you would. Sorry. I can't really think of anything. Then it appears we're at an impasse. This is definitely something, right? Perhaps. Or perhaps it could simply be a red herring. Seems kind of elaborate for a red herring. No one's accused Brian of not being elaborate. Anyway, the round's running out of time. We should probably get back to the cafeteria then. I guess we should. You would put your actions for this round in this room, then come join us. I will. With that, Ox walked out of the room. Once he was gone, I pulled out my tablet and turned it on. There was no need to think about my choice. Just press the button to run. Afterwards, I returned to the cafeteria. Pretty much everyone had already gotten back at this point. We were discussing the results of the search. I couldn't find anything. Me neither. Are we doomed? Is this it? I thought at least I'd be able to find one. Have no fear, citizens, for Team Rooster has secured a minor trinket. Hey, you guys did? Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Looks like I wasn't the only one to find one of those things. Dog, did you find a minor trinket too? Yep, wasn't that hard. Just had to solve a simple problem. Nice work, everyone. We're well on pace to getting out of here. Ox cleared his throat. Yes, we are certainly performing adequately. However, we can talk more about that after these results. Not that I have reason to doubt you all, but I would just feel safer seeing everyone has stuck to the plan. Of course everyone just ran. Right? Round 2 has ended. Now let us see how the race has progressed. Alright. Rat has run 1 space. The ox has run 1 space. The tiger has run 1 space. Bunny has run 1 space. Dragon has run 1 space. Snake has run 1 space. Horse has run 1 space. The sheep has run 1 space. Monkey has run 1 space. Rooster has run 1 space. Dog has run 1 space. He's run. Okay. Again, I breathed a sigh of relief. Everything was going fine. Things would be fine. We'd all play nice, stick to the script, and get out alive together. I'm just going to start talking now before we get swept up into casual conversation. Yes, things are good now, but that's all the more reason we should immediately continue our search. We recently learned Brian isn't interested in us playing hide and seek as much as he is having us play his little games. Keep that in mind as you search. Obviously try to be thorough, but keep in mind that if a room doesn't show any signs that there's something there, there probably isn't anything there. Now, how are we splitting up? We started chatting and splitting up amongst themselves. I still wasn't feeling totally safe at this school, so I didn't want to be alone. I decided joining one of the pairs would be the best choice. Who to search with? Well, I'm gonna pull executive decision and go with Tiger and Dragon. I decided Tiger and Dragon seem like the safest people to explore with. Alright, great to have you. We'll see if she can really pull her weight. The two certainly made for an intimidating pair. However, I was confident in my choice. Let's not waste any time then. These minor trinkets aren't going to find themselves. Everyone, same deal as last time. Before the end of the round, remember to input a move and meet back here. Yeah, don't need to tell us twice. Now come on, girls, let's go. Hell yeah. Dragon confidently headed towards the right-hand stairs. Tiger didn't seem to have any objections in blindly following her, and I wasn't going to raise any either. I was curious where we were heading, however, since she carried herself with an amount of certainty that I wasn't expecting. Hey, Dragon. What? Seemed to have an idea in mind of where we're going to search first. Any reason for that? On my way to the cafeteria, I saw that there was a gymnasium over here. After hearing about how these item things are hid with a sense of deliberacy, I figured that a gym's the sort of place where you'd think to hide something. At any rate, it seems a bit more likely than some random classroom, don't you think? Makes sense to me. Spot on thinking, Dragon. God, do you want us to be so damn cheerful? It really starts to get grating after a while. Oh, I don't know about that. Who wouldn't want compliments? I know I certainly would want them. That's supposed to be a dig at my attitude, huh? Got something you want to say to me? No, not at all. I was just... Oh my god, I do not care about this whatsoever. This is like the most meaningless argument I've heard today so far. Let's just get a move on. Well Well said. With that, we continued on towards the gymnasium in silence. When he arrived, I immediately realized how big a space we'd be searching. Huh, not a bad place. No kidding, this place seems really well maintained. I imagine you two have good memories from PE. Oh, the moment I said that, the two of them noticeably winced. Well, not really, no. Yeah, me neither. Really? Why? Well, I actually never had PE. You didn't? What school did you go to? Homeschooled, actually. Oh, wow. No kidding. How'd that happen? Yeah, well, that's kind of a long story without much of a payoff. Still, that's incredible. Thought you said you went to the Olympics? Oh, what does that have to do with anything? There are plenty of homeschooled Olympians. Anyway, that's kind of weird, but it's just the way it is. Consequently, I've never really had PE before. Huh. What about sports? Like basketball? Play much of that? Imagine you'd be good at it. Yeah, well, I used to. Not anymore? No. Too busy, unfortunately. I realized it was way more important to be chasing my dreams than to spend time playing silly games. Let's press. Is that all? Looked like there was more you wanted to say about it. No, that's it. If there was more, I would have said more. Oh, okay then. Ooh. Bad points. Anyways, what about you, Dragon? Didn't look like you were too keen on PE either. Those memories weren't the best, I'll admit. That came at a particularly low point in my life. Low point in your life. I don't believe it. Believe it. It's a real stretch of time when I was pretty weak shit. My school had a pretty cohesive unit in charge, and somehow I wound up as their target. The bullying was relentless, and PE was often a chance to take it out on me physically, without repercussion. It's horrible. It's not like I'm special for that. Those fuckers pretty much picked on people across the board. Man. This one night when I was actually out on the town with them. Taken a while, but I'd actually befriended the clique leader's girlfriend. I had the shittiest timing in terms of when to hang out with him. Just had to be the night when it happened. When what happened? Apparently those assholes had ticked off the wrong guy at our school. His cousin was the leader of this gang. A ferocious fighter named the Night Devil wore a mask and everything. Mask? I know, crazy, right? Anyways, even though I was the only one to land a hit in, I was somehow blamed for letting us get our asses kicked. Well, next week in PE we were practicing dodgeball. You can fill in the gaps. Oof. Dragon, I'm so sorry. Don't be. Those were necessary experiences. Taught me some hard lessons. Till after that, I was queen of that fucking hellhole. Yeah, that's a spirit. They told me that accomplishment might not be something to praise, but I kept that thought to myself. I can't say I had any experiences like yours, but I was no fan of PE either. I'm, like, super weak. I suck at most things physical. No way, that's just because you haven't trained at all. Yeah, pretty much. I've never really worked out, besides carrying law books. I'm not saying I can't get fit or anything. That's the spirit. Okay, let's cut it out. I don't know if anyone else noticed, but we just pissed away some time we could be using to search this place. Right. Let's get to work. We began to spread out and search for anything that looked like it could be a hint. It wasn't long before Tiger called out to us. Hey guys, over here. Found a lock on the supply closet. Yeah, that's what supply closets have. You want me to lock that clearly doesn't belong on it? I mean, it kind of looks weird. Tiger's right. There's a weird message written on it. There is? How do you not know that? You found it. I kind of stopped looking when I saw the lock. Christ. Anyway, it just says, "What's up, you filthy animals?" Rude. It's definitely from that prick Brian, alright. Which means there's definitely something of value behind that door. Huh. Your door between us and an item, huh? Bet I could smash it down. What? No. Why not? You could injure yourself. Besides, do you really think you break down a door just like that with no tools or no help? A door like this? Totally. Stand back, I'll burst open in one charge. And hear me out here. Maybe we just look for the key first. That doesn't sound as exciting of a solution. Go with Mouse's way for now. If we don't find the key soon, we go with yours. Sound good, Tiger? Alright, fine. Good. Key is almost certainly here in the gymnasium as well. If we split up, we'll find it for sure. And split up we did. All three of us walked around the gym looking for any sign of a key. Unfortunately, we struggled to find anything. This was pointless. Where on earth could Brian have hidden it? Was it not in the gym? I thought it must be because that's what would make the most sense, but maybe not. To focus. Everything I had seen from Brian so far suggested he loved to be clever. The lock must have some clue. What's up? You filthy animals. What did it say? What's up, filthy animals? What's up? Look up. Looked around at the ceiling, trying to spot anything out of the ordinary. There! What? There, on that grating, the key's taped up. Oh, yeah, you're right. Nice catch, Mouse. Oh, it was nothing. The real question is how the hell we're supposed to get it. It's so damn high. I can try throwing something at it. What would that do? It's taped there. Is there a ladder around? Do you see a ladder? Ooh. What if we climbed on each other's shoulders? What? Do you really think that would work? It absolutely would work. It'd be a pain in the ass, but maybe. I call being second highest, though. I'm not being the support. Obviously. And if we climb on each other's shoulders, would we be able to reach it? It's really high up. Found a stack of field hockey sticks. Now, if you climb up on my back, we'll be on Tiger's back and try to hit it at it with a field hockey stick. Maybe you can knock it down. This sounds like a really dumb plan. You got a better one. Watch it, would you? Keep your foot out of my face, or so help me God, I will end you. Look, it's difficult to climb up you two while keeping a hold of a field hockey stick. Tiger, you okay down there? Me, oh, not a problem. Just focus on getting the key down. I'm trying to hit at it, but it's a little hard with all the swaying. Not me. Damn it, how much do you weigh, Mouse? Dragon, get it together. Wait, I think I've got it. Clink. Oh, there we go. The key fell to the floor. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Awesome. Now, how do we get down? Oh. Ow. Whoa, that sucked. Yeah, at least we got the key out of it, though. Maybe we should have just let Tiger knock the door down. I told you. No use reflecting on the past. Time to open this bad boy up and see what's inside. I used the key to open the lock. Fell to the floor, the lock actually broke apart. Weird. Was that part of its design? No matter. It was no longer holding the door closed. Now we could see what Brian was hiding from us. I opened the door. This is a weapons cache. What? Tiger was right. The room was filled with weapons. A pistol, another pistol, a sniper rifle, an assault rifle, a sledgehammer, a taser, a vial of poison, and a grenade. What the hell? Why is all this stuff here? What, does Brian expect us to use this? Why on earth would we need it? I get it. What? You can't use your tablet if you're dead, right? You can't come in last if you're the only one racing. If you're a dragon, I'd already thought of this possibility. If you're scared of losing, coming in last, there's one real-world option you could take to correct that. A brutal option, a horrible option, an unthinkable option. An option Brian apparently thought could happen. Could a kid like Brian even get all this stuff? It's a lot easier to get a hold of the weapons in this country than you'd expect. Okay, the guns and the taser and whatnot, maybe, but a grenade? Poison? He's been planning this for a while. It's not impossible. We should do something about this, right? We definitely can't keep it from the others. We convene in the cafeteria and talk about what to do with it as a group. Yeah, shit. Actually, what's our time looking like? Yeah, we should go to separate rooms and then get back to the cafeteria. We don't have too much time. Alright, let's do that. Just like that, we left the makeshift arsenal unsupervised and entered separate classrooms. Without much thought, I pressed the run button. No reason to do anything else, right? After that, I swiftly headed back to the cafeteria. Pretty much everyone else had already gathered when I arrived. Oh, so there you are. Hey, you won't believe this good news. 2 more minor trinkets have been found. In no small part thanks to yours truly. You're welcome. F off, Rooster. 2 more trinkets. That's great. We should be at a total of 4 now, right? We're a third of the way there and only 2 turns of searching. Yes, that's all very well and good. Now, could you all be quiet? They're about to show the race results. Why does it matter? It's not obvious what they'll show. Better to keep a close eye on them regardless. Before that discussion could continue, the speakers cut on. Round 3 is ended. Now let us see how the race has progressed. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Before round 4 begins, I have an announcement to make. What? There's an additional rule I have yet to inform you all of. Quirk of the race, if you will, that you may be interested in. No doubt those of you who checked the information tab will have noticed you each have a personality assigned. From the rat to the pig, each of your personalities are unique to you. Most of you probably dismissed that. And for most of you, that was the right choice. However, for 2 of you, this personality is an incredibly important variable. First up, I'll talk about the ambitious personality. The ambitious personality wants to finish the race in first place, just like everyone else. However, this personality type isn't content in a big old shared victory. For this personality to be satisfied, no more than 3 animals can tie for first. If this condition isn't satisfied, the animal with this personality will be treated as if they have lost. They will be punished accordingly. Wait, but that means... Are you kidding? That's crazy. No. The other person to take note of is the hateful personality. Unlike the other personality, this personality doesn't actually wish to win the race. The animal with this personality wants to be in last place when the race finishes. If that happens, all animals except for the ones possessing the hateful personality and the one possessing the ambitious one will be executed. However, this caveat is not applicable if first place is a tie between 9 or more animals. What a farce. Does this guy think he's fucking with us? I apologize for not making these rules clear from the start. I fear you might think that this would have been good information to have from the start. And you know, you're absolutely right. Therefore, to make up for keeping this from you until now, this round will be extended by 15 minutes. Use that time to regroup. As always, choose wisely. This couldn't be happening, right? Okay, that's a... The game is due for a shakeup to get the betrayal blooming. First 2 rounds went way too smoothly. There was no way. That bastard. There's no way that was unintentional. Let us foster a false sense of peace. And then when we were sure about our safety, he introduced this bullshit rule which forced our hands. Now no matter what, at least 2 people would have to die. This couldn't be right. I thought he said that if we did everything right, everyone could escape. It was our fault for believing that psycho for 1 minute. Is he serious? Probably. People are going to have to die, aren't they? Everybody calm down. We can't descend into madness just like this. First off, the people with the ambitious and hateful personality types should just admit it now. It'd be best for everyone. You moron, you seriously think they'd out themselves like that? They're not that stupid. It's not stupid. It's noble. Think about it, people. If 11 people could die, either 11 people could die, or 2 could. Which sounds better to you? If ambitious and hateful are lined up with your accurate personality traits, then you might be benefiting and not revealing your role. This is an almost... I'm going to say that obviously the skills haven't come into play yet, but these... Now this feels very Mafia-esque. And also kind of reminds me of the Sacrifice card in Your Turn to Die. Confess now, we'll make sure you are honored after your death. That's seriously your offer? Doesn't sound worth it to me. Criticizing the offer. What, are you one of them? Oh no. Nah, no way. Trust me, if I had one of those personalities, I'd admit it. Why would I hide something like that? Because you want to survive. Yeah, see, I'm not here with a good reason. Everyone, quiet! Personality is ambitious or hateful. Please speak up right now. Obviously, no one is going to blame you. Just want to come to an agreement. However, if you don't speak up now, I'll have no choice but to treat you as an enemy. So please think carefully about how you want to proceed. Those words, a playing of silence came over the room. No one even dared cough. It's as if you could breathe in the tension, hoping that maybe things could be resolved easily. However, it didn't seem like it. Be so lucky. Eventually, Monkey chimed in. Everyone actually remembers their personalities, right? Wouldn't be too odd for someone to forget such a seemingly useless detail. It's possible that the hateful and ambitious personalities don't even know it themselves. Actually, I'm not super sure about what mine is. I think I remember correctly, but I'm not certain, you know? Maybe I should go check. I am wondering if you're the ambitious one. Like hell you don't remember. It didn't happen that long ago. But Dragon, what's the harm in letting people go check? I propose that theory that she's the ambitious one. Only because she has this skill that kind of... One, she has a skill that makes it advantageous. It gets her up front in a hurry. And two, she's... From that discussion of Brian, she's a journalist of some sort? That's me calling on personality tropes and making that judgment, but ambitious. Journalist, hand in hand. Better safe than sorry, right? I think letting anyone retreat at this stage would be unwise. The flaws are twofold. First, it allows time for those with secrets to hide to compose themselves. At the moment, they're likely still flustered and more likely to slip up. Additionally, letting them walk away and think by themselves would give them time for justification. The subconscious mind is awfully effective at convincing the conscious mind of what it wants using sweet-sounding arguments. As I say that the best way to make a man murder someone is to give them a good reason and then give them time with nothing to do but think by themselves. That sounds like a bit of a reach, Snake. No, Snake's right. No one needs to check their tablet because no one needs to know their personality. Doesn't matter if you've been affected by this motive or not, your actions needn't change. I'm sorry if this sounds callous or dismissive, but the simple fact of the matter is that we must prioritize saving the most lives possible. We must let Brian murder 2 of us to secure the safety of the rest of us. That's a trade we must make. This isn't self-preservation speaking. I swear I'd make that promise whether I was affected by the announcement or not. So then, what's the plan, Chief? The plan hasn't changed at all. We're going to find all the minor trinkets, and then we'll all reach the finish line at the same time. Hold on. Isn't a super duper bad idea not to change anything now that we know about the personality types? That's a really good reason for someone to betray us. And how exactly do you propose they'd go about doing something like that? Yeah, we've heard everyone's abilities, and there's no quicker way of moving than all of us using the minor trinkets. If the ambitious types try to get ahead of the others before we begin using them, we'll immediately know their intentions. That is true. From there, the group can work against a common enemy and stop them. If you make a move outside of the common plan, you're gonna out yourself. So, on that note, well done, Ox. Once we get all the minor trinkets, we can make it to the finish line in a matter of 2 rounds. Even if the defeated type doesn't activate their trinket, more than 9 will receive a joint victory, so their immunity will be forfeit. I suspect this is why the 9-person caveat was added in the first place. Brian must have deemed it too easy for the hateful type to win, had that rule not been in place. So ultimately, if we just proceed with this strategy, the 10 of us with normal personalities will be fine. Great! There's really no need to fear at all. Thank God. You're all being awfully naive. What? You seriously think that those burdened with this rule would simply roll over and die? If they were willing to do that, they would have spoken up when we asked them to. Those with the will to survive will find some way to do so. I think they wouldn't is to underestimate the desire to live. Morse's words hung heavy. Of course he was right. They had outed themselves already. The people facing harsher rules wouldn't be content with things operating smoothly. The air would now be plagued with a brutal sense of distrust. How could we? Traitors lurked in our midst. We had no choice other than proceeding with the plan, even if we knew something was likely to go wrong. Oh wait! We should probably talk about that thing. What thing? Gonna bring this up sooner, but then all this came up. Dragon, Tiger, and I found a locked closet in the gym. And there were a ton of weapons stockpiled there. What? Yeah, the place looked like a damn weapons shop. It's pretty wild. Weapons? Here? Why would Brian give us that? It is a curious decision. That could be a problem. The last thing we want at this time is to give people away. To kill easily. Your presence of those things is going to elevate the tension in here tremendously. We should do something about them. Yeah, but what? You said the closet was locked. Would we relock it? Nah, the lock actually fell apart. I guess Brian did that intentionally, huh? Damn. I guess that idea is done for. Actually, we might be able to salvage it. I think locking the weapons away is probably for the best. I mean, of course it would be, but the issue is we don't have a lock. Actually, I know where we could find one. Earlier, I was looking at the security office, and I found an odd bike chain. It was a chain connected by a lock, and it had 2 keys that went to it. Probably use that to secure the weapons in a safe place. Nice thinking, Bunny. However, I must ask if a bike chain would be able to properly secure the gym closet. Could that setup present us with some issues, logistically speaking? We definitely could run into some issues there. That's why I think we should also move the weapons to a room that can actually be locked with a chain. Come to think of it, I also stumbled across a sound studio. If I remember the place right, I think it has the build for a chain lock. Hold on a minute, I don't like this. You're saying you found this before the rest of us. And you're saying there were 2 keys to it, right? How do we know there weren't actually 3 keys to it? You didn't swipe one beforehand. If that was the case, you'd be able to enter the room freely. I appreciate your concerns. I really do. But I'll have to ask, why would I just grab some random key to a random bike chain? It seems a little ridiculous to me. This is all sounding like a major headache. Tiger? Look, there's a better solution to all this. We just get someone to guard the weapons. Are you serious? It's a lot simpler, right? Sure, this person wouldn't be able to help search, but it'd make sure no one could take any weapons, right? I mean, the guard would have all these weapons, so it's not like anyone could face them. Moron. If we let the ambitious or the hateful personality guard the weapons, we'd be completely screwed. What are the odds of that? Like 2 in 13? You just choose the most trustworthy. Fucking same thing I do during root double. Yeah, I leave my hand off the friggin' mouse. If we just choose the most trustworthy person here, there's almost no way that would happen. It seems an unnecessary risk if the chain lock plan would work. That plan seems a lot more complicated. Things could easily go wrong with it. And it's not like the lock plan wouldn't make us trust someone with the ability to get the weapons. Huh? I mean, there are 2 keys to the lock, right? What do we do with those? We could flush them down the toilet or something. What if a minor trinket is hidden in the sound studio? What if a traitor finds more weapons elsewhere and goes on a rampage and we need to stop them? What if a third example of why we need to open up the weapons closet happened? I think it'd be wise in any case to completely cut ourselves off from the weapons. So if that's the case, why not just go with a simple guard system? Mouse, what are your thoughts on this? My thoughts? What are my thoughts? God, we're really getting hit with all of the tough decisions in the middle of an episode. Honestly, it's probably the smarter decision to try and lock them up again. I think it makes the most sense to lock the weapons up. Even if we need to give people keys. I guess in that sense, it's a matter of which method do we trust more. They both have their unreliable parts, I suppose. I think Tiger's right in that some people are probably safe to give them to. The bigger issue with the guard plan is that it would permanently take someone out of commission. Worse, it would take someone who is definitely on the group's side out of commission. Our biggest enemy is going to be time. We have to find those minor trinkets as soon as possible, even this conversation is wasting that precious time. If we lock the weapons away, we'll be able to get them if we need them. We can put them safely out of mind. That makes sense. I also think we should try and go with the chain lock plan. Is anyone against it? I still don't like it. It's starting to seem like I'm the minority in that opinion. If this is what the group wants, then I'm fine with it. I guess this'll be okay. Didn't really have a dog in the race either way. Huh. Dog in the race. Get it? If that's settled, we should figure out who the keys should go to, right? Do we want to split them up or give them to one person? Giving them to one person reduces the risk of letting the traitor have the key. However, it also consolidates power, which as a general rule is more dangerous. I think it may be safer to split the keys between 2 candidates. If that's the case, then I got a nomination. I think Sheep should be in charge of one of the keys. Me? Think about it. If this girl was given the ambitious or hateful personality type, do you really think she'd hide it? Not a chance. She'd have outed it. Also, no offense, Sheep, but she's not exactly intimidating. Even if she did decide to break bad and grab a bunch of weapons, I'm pretty sure we could take her down. Oh. Well, I'm honored that you thought of me for this position. Of course, I'll keep a close eye on the key if you give it to me. I think Sheep is a good choice. Any objections to letting her have one? A wave of silence went over the group. There is also the possibility that Sheep is probably easily overpowered if someone would want to take a key from her. That's my one doubt with that plan, but if that's settled, I actually have a second nomination. I believe Tiger would be a good choice to have the other key. Snake gets where I'm coming from. Me. Yes, I think given this conversation, you are the least likely to be a traitor. For one, you nominated someone other than yourself to have a key. The traitors naturally would want to get the keys themselves, so nominating someone else is completely unthinkable behavior to them. If you really wanted a key, you could have made an argument such as, fine, we can do the chain lock plan instead of mine, but only if I get one of the keys. Might have met with some resistance, but I bet you'd be able to convince people with that. Additionally, you have been nothing but positive this whole time. I do truly believe that if you had been given an adverse personality, you would have admitted it to us. Oh, thanks, Snake. You seem great, too. I questioned that judgment, but you do seem alright, Tiger. Well, I, for one, disapprove. Giving someone as strong as Tiger access to the weapons is a death sentence for the rest of us if she turns out to be a traitor. No. If Tiger tries to attack anyone, I'll be able to bring her down. What's that? You think you could beat me in a fight? I don't think that. I know that. Ah. Would you two cut it out? Anyway, yeah. Tiger's probably fine to have a key. Let's go with Sheep and Tiger being the key holders. Let's quit wasting time discussing this anymore. We've already spent far too long on it. Now lead us to where the weapons are. And just like that, we were decided. Tiger, Dragon, and I had led the group to the gym. We made sure to take careful stock of everything in the closet before anyone was allowed to touch anything. Then the group carried the items down to the recording studio Bunny talked about. We piled up all the weapons in the back room. The inventory was taken to make sure everything was there and no one had pocketed anything. Dog noticed that the window to the audio room could actually be opened. Luckily for us, there was actually a handle on the inside for the window that could easily be flipped to lock it. The door opened inwards into the audio room. It meant that we needed to hold it back with the bike chain. We ran it around a column and double looped it around the door handle. Finally, when everyone was outside of the room, Tiger leaned through the little gap in the door I'd left and locked the bike chain. All was said and done. The window for the audio room was locked on the inside. The only way to enter would be to unlock the chain through the gap, pulling the audio door's room's door back, fully created. Door opened inwards. Okay, so you just gotta like run around a column in the hall or something. I guess that works. Alright, I think that just about does it, guys. The room's officially locked. At least that's over with. Now, how should we go about searching the building? Are you really gonna go through this shit again? I don't have the time or the trust to properly plan out these group things. Just hurry up and start searching. I must agree. If we get lost in any more pointless discussions, we face a serious risk of not being able to find the minor trinkets in time. Should we just split up and start looking then? You know what, fine, whatever. Everyone just be careful and let's try to gather all the trinkets before things go wrong. And break. Just like that, the group split up. Onyx was right. The sooner we found these trinkets, the sooner everything could be better. Decided to keep searching on the first floor. It was a little unsettling searching by myself for the first time. I previously felt some safety in the presence of others. That being said, I couldn't even say for certain that searching with others would even make me feel better. The introduction of those horribly unfair rules had completely destroyed any atmosphere of camaraderie we previously had. Things really going to be alright? I couldn't help but think that the existence of this traitor was going to make things go horribly wrong. Thinking about all that was pointless. I needed to focus on my search for trinkets. Fortunately, that wasn't exactly going great either. Room after room I diligently searched, but there was nothing to be found. There would be times where I was almost certain I had looked everywhere in a room, but I couldn't bring myself to leave. My experience in the gym showed that while Brian wasn't looking to be completely obscure at his hiding spots, they also wouldn't always be obvious. If I internally marked a room off as clear, and there was, in fact, a minor trinket in there, the results could be catastrophic. No, a slow, methodical search was for the best. Eventually, I reached a weird-looking boiler room. After a bit of looking, I stumbled upon what looked to be a backup generator. What was this doing here? While that alone was strange, I only became worried when I realized that its charging cord had been cut off. Why? I want a plug that leads to nothing but an exposed wire. And who cut this off? Brian? Someone here. I kept looking in the room, but I wasn't able to find anything else noteworthy. I checked my tablet. It was getting close to the end of the round. Probably a good time to input a move and get back to at the cafeteria. Looking at my tablet, my eyes were drawn to the act button. If there was someone I suspected, I could use my ability on them. After all, if they stuck to the plan, there would be no difference. It was only logical then to use it, right? Oh no. No, I couldn't. Using the ability in and of myself signaled my distrust. Last thing I wanted now was to disrupt the tenuous peace we had achieved. I clicked on run and made my way to the cafeteria. She's thinking about it. Appeared I was one of the first ones there. The only other person there was Tiger. Hey, Mouse. How'd the search go? I hate to admit it, but I wasn't able to find anything. Yeah, me neither. Real shame. But hey, maybe the others will have fared better. Let's hope. Right as I said that, Dragon ran in. Oh no. She looked panicked. Tiger, quickly, give me your key to the weapons closet. What? I can't do that. I was entrusted this. Fine, then come with me. Wait, what's going on? Just hurry. Dragon started rushing out of the room, and Tiger left with her. I had a bad feeling about this. I decided to follow behind them. Made their way to the recording studio. There, Snake was waiting in the intermediate room. Did you get it? I brought her. Yeah, why am I here? Look at that. Dragon put it at the figure lying against the wall through the window. The figure of sheep lying lit. What? She didn't look injured, and yet... What is she doing there? Hell if I know. Tiger, open the chain. On it. Tiger opened the door and pulled on the chain lock until the lock was close enough. He then unlocked it, then pulled open the door. Dragon pushed past her and ran over to Sheep's side. Tiger, Snake, and I ran in after her. No, this couldn't be happening. So quickly. Things would be fine, right? There was no need for everything to go completely sideways, right? Why did it feel like I had swallowed a ball bearing made of dry ice? Then Dragon spoke the words I had been dreading. She's warm, but I can't feel a pulse. No. No! Round 4 ended soon after we discovered her. Apparently everyone just ran. Everyone except Sheep. Others made their way over here, and the news of her death spread amongst the participants. Most had gathered right outside the room and were anxiously discussing things. The only ones actually in the room of the crime were me, Snake, Dragon, Tiger, Bunny, and Dog. The whole time I just stood there, feeling empty. I had done so much to try to make sure no one would die. Yet for Sheep, such a fragile and innocent soul to end up like this, whoever did this would pay. Would make sure of it, no matter what it would take. I said that, and yet I couldn't stop myself from standing there empty, while others discussed the situation. Fuck. Why the fuck did this? Who would do this and a Sheep of all people? Fucking bastard. Show your face. Did this happen? How indeed. Tiger, you had your key the whole time, correct? Of course. What about the other key? Dragon bent over and fished through Sheep's pockets. Before long, she pulled out a key. What? This is it, right? It appears to be. Over here. The window's locked. Duh, we checked that back when we found the scene. What does that mean? Indeed. This appears to be a locked room murder. There's no escape. No escape for me.